Hello, everybody.
Hi.
This is, I don't know how many weeks it's been, but welcome to a podcast of launch time. It's been how many?
I don't know. I think it's episode 6.
Okay, it's possibly oh my goodness. Possibly episode 6 of launch time.
That's the cue.
Okay, we'll do it again, Mom. This is possibly episode 6. You got that, of launch time. And I'm home. I'm Meredith. This is my mom, Dana.
Hi.
And this is my friend, Audrey.
Hello.
I'm home. I brought Audrey with me. Yeah, and we are so sorry that it has been a few weeks since we have done an episode because life got real busy real quick. And yeah,
I think the last
one we did was with Brett, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you look like you're wearing a seatbelt.
I'm buckled up. I'm ready to go.
She's ready
to launch.
Adventure. Hey, that was pretty good. That was pretty
So
good.
cheesy.
I had so we went to watch Brett and his show tonight, which is the reason that we're here, and it was so good. Oh my goodness, that show was so good. I'm kind of sad that I'm not gonna watch it tomorrow, but then I'm like, never mind, that's gonna take too long, and we need to go. But that's okay. But what was the point of the thing that I forgot? Sorry, guys.
I don't know. Last time we chatted, Brett was on the show and we were talking about Are You Excited for Addams Family? And today was performance number 3 and 4 of 5, because they had 2 shows today. And it's going really, really well, I think. I'm probably a whole lot biased, but it's not just towards him. I love all of the children in this show so much.
Oh, I remember what I was going to say.
What was it?
Is I had a bunch of people come up to me and be like, yeah, I listened to y'all's podcast and I'm next on it, right? I'm like,
seriously,
yep.
That's funny.
Colby's mom said that to me and I was like, yes, you are.
Oh, I love Colby's mom. Okay. And just,
yeah, there's a lot of people.
I'm going to be real sad when Brett graduates because I just love all the people there.
You do know you can continue to go to shows.
I know. It's a little weird if, I'll go to shows, of course, but it's just weird to, show up and, where's your kids? Oh, I don't have any here. It's weird. Anyway. Whatever.
No, not really, because there's, people the super fan that just goes to every show just because he loves it.
That's true. And it is a really good...
And it's a good community, too.
It's just a good show for a really good value. Every time. Doesn't matter. 3rd grade show, it's a really good show.
Yeah.
Seniors, really good show.
We were talking about in the car, how our school has, about this much money. And how, it doesn't even really matter because, the set doesn't have to be amazing or anything like that. But, the talent is, there.
Yeah. So one of the coolest things, I don't know if you were standing there, in this show, they did the Addams Family. So you have, the main cast, which are in present day. So there's 6 or 7 of them, 8 maybe. Normal family, Addams Family, plus a few extra characters. And then everybody else in the show is an ancestor. So they're dead and they've come back from their crypts to help with the storyline. So they're all kind of in a gray wash look. And they're from different eras. So there's a Titanic survivor, and there's a ballerina, and there's a conquistador, and there's...
Victorian.
Marie Antoinette. There's lots of different styles of costumes. And each one of them is very detailed.
There's a flapper, too.
Yeah, it's so cool.
It was really cool.
But they're all kind of gray washed, and so it looks like you're watching a black and white movie almost. Is that a good description? Yeah. So I was asking, we were loitering on the premises after they had shut the building down. As we do.
We do that literally every time.
Yeah. We're always
the last ones.
It's okay. I think that happens in every program.
Of course.
Because we just yap.
We've got a lot of talkers. A lot of talkers in our family. Even my parents stay until the very, very end because they went on a big choir trip with us last year and they come to everything, so they've gotten to know the kids and they know some of the teachers. It's really funny. I love that they recognize them. I think it's really sweet.
It's really sweet.
What was I saying? So one of the costumers came out as everybody was leaving, and I stopped her and I was like, I have questions about the gray and how they did. It's so distracting.
I'm so sorry.
And how they did the gray wash. Because it's not just it looks like they just spray painted, but it's not a flat. It's very dimensional. So she was telling me that they did a bunch of research, and it's all student done. So like there's a costuming class at their school, and so they researched different styles and different productions. And she was telling me like back in the 80s and 90s they would just spray paint, but the spray paint would crack. And so they used a blend of paint and latex and like sprayed, but I think more spritzed the gray on, and then went back in with paint brushes and like added dimension and different colors and whatnot. But the latex makes it not crack and makes it look, I mean, it moves right. There's a lot of dancing. Anyway, it was so cool just to hear, like, it's not just the show, but the set was built by the students. It was designed by a former teacher, but then the students carry out the vision, and it's, you know, the lights and sound are all run mostly by students, with, of course, an advisor, right? But I'd never really thought about all of that side of stuff and how much of that is done by the kids.
I think Miss Haas put more blood, sweat, and tears into this show than she has in a long time.
Yeah, it was
like, yeah, it was crazy. I think she did so good with this show.
It was incredible.
It was really
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Okay, so we kind of started with today. Let's back up 2 weeks. So 2 weeks ago, I think you guys were heading into midterms.
We already did midterms, I'm pretty sure.
Did we already talk about
I think we had already done them, yeah.
Okay.
Because we talked about them.
Oh, no. You know what it was? I was thinking y'all had a bunch of late nights. It was, you had the big performance thing. Tell us what that was.
Pigeon exploding.
Oh my gosh. So basically it was like we had to go to this benefit thing where basically a bunch of people come in and it's like a presentation of everything that's at Tech, and it's basically being like, hey, y'all should give us money for scholarships. Y'all should donate, that's the word, donate money so that we can have scholarships for all these people, and yada, yada, yada. Well, we had to go and we sang with the orchestra, and it was all the combined choirs, and so we had a lot of late night rehearsals for that.
We're talking like 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. every night. And the freezing cold too, and in a dust storm.
Yeah. I saw a picture of y'all in masks. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Like,
she was like, why are y'all like quarantine vibes? No, because there was a dust storm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we were having to sing, so we don't want to like inhale dust.
And it was all outdoors, right?
Yeah,
this big
it was
presentation.
outdoors.
Okay.
And so it was like in a breezeway too, which did not help the freezing cold. It was like, it was bad. And then it was really funny. Well, it's not funny. It was sad.
No, it wasn't.
It was... Backstory. Audrey is in love with pigeons. She loves pigeons.
I like all birds. Every bird. But
like specifically pigeons,
so many
you want to own them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and these pigeons, they sleep on top of the buildings at our college. And at the, like the finale, grand finale, for like the orchestra.
The 3-minute finale.
It was
not
long.
even like last 10, no.
No, it was long, bro. It was long. It was like the orchestra playing like the fireworks. Whole
crazy
3
amount
minutes
of fireworks.
Like fireworks show, which didn't really make that much sense because there were so many trees right there too.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they probably couldn't see them that well. Like, and then it was like fireworks show with the orchestra, and then the first firework goes off, and then all these pigeons just like there's so many birds, and they just
explosion of birds.
Insane.
I don't think I've ever seen that many birds in my life.
It was
like it was like every single.
And they all flew straight over us because the fireworks are going off on the other side of this building. So we're on one side of the building, the fireworks are on the back side. It's like the fireworks,
the building, and then the whole presentation thing is right here. The fireworks are like right there, and all the pigeons are up here, and they're like,
they go, and the pigeons go, whoo, and they like flew over us, and it was like, the whole choir, like we had heard the what's it called, like the finale, but we didn't know when the fireworks were gonna be, and so we're all just standing there, and then there's like a million pigeons over us, so we were like, and there's like fireworks going off, and we're pretty sure some pigeons went.
Yeah, kaboom. Literally, I felt I was so sad.
I felt really bad for them. They were probably sleeping, having a great time.
Yeah, and then a girl got pooped on.
Yeah, one of our friends got pooped on. She was like, "I'm so mad right now. I got pooped on."
Yeah.
We were like,
that was pretty unfortunate.
Oh, and that same night we got locked out of our dorms, so that was great.
We sure did. I forgot about that. We got an email being like, "Hey, by the way, none of your keys are working, so you have to have your ID, and you can't get into the buildings unless you live in them." So
Yep.
and we were like, oh,
Okay. Word.
Yeah.
And then their solution was crumble cookie.
we didn't even go to Crumble.
Y'all
It was
didn't?
closed. So we went to Brahms instead. And we got some ice cream.
Word. Yeah.
I just realized. Let's introduce who Audrey is.
Oh.
So this is Audrey.
Hello.
Audrey is Meredith's friend. Tell us y'all's origin story, because I think it's kind of a cool story, like how we got from June 25th to now.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Okay.
Talk amongst yourselves.
July 20th.
It was June.
It was June.
June.
You were post-surgery.
That's true. It was right after my surgery. Yeah. Okay. It was like, shoot, what was the actual days? I know Raider Camp was orientation was the 21st and the 22nd.
So that's when?
June 21st and 22nd is when orientation started. And basically, like, we got there, we, like, looked at all the cool tech stuff, and then we got to, like, the part where we actually had to split into our colleges, and... Okay, I'm lying. It's the 20th and the 21st. Okay, I was barely off. That's pretty impressive.
Really impressive.
But,
how did you know that?
I don't know. Those are just, like, days that stuck in my brain. But, anyways, and there was, like, the part where we actually had to split into our colleges, and so we split into the Margaret Talkington School of Performing Arts, whatever, and we're all in the School of Theater and Dance. And I remember
There was just
like
like 6 of us.
yes, there was like 6 of us. There was not many, but I remember we like played a bunch of like little like get to know you games and all this stuff. And then afterwards, like I was just like talking. Me and my mom were just talking about the people there, and then we were like talking, and we were like, oh, there was this person, there was this person. There was that one tall girl that looked really mean. We were talking about Meredith because the whole time she was just sitting there like.
I was so uncomfortable.
Like,
I didn't know what to do, so I was just like locked in, like paying attention, and I thought I was like,
nope.
I thought I looked like I was enjoying myself.
No, she looked like she wanted to kill everybody in that room.
Yeah, murder on my mind.
Yeah,
So
that's how my mom knew you for a while. I was like the tall, mean-looking girl. That one.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
Well, and then the first time, right after that, so they had separated like the kids and the adult kids, whatever, students and the parents.
Our parents, yeah.
So we all went one way, and I had noticed your mom because she was kind of the only one talking, like being friendly with people.
My mom,
she's very vocal and awesome.
Very, very social.
But like we just
so much.
like very, cursory, like no discussion, like oh, how was the drive,
Yeah.
like. But then I remember when we came out of something, y'all were like, oh, this is my friend that's also in choir. So it was like after the small group thing.
Yes.
Oh yeah, because we
There
were
was
the
like
only
6 of y'all, but y'all were the only vocal performers.
Everyone was in the college,
Yeah.
but there was only
3 of us in the School of Music,
and there were only 2 of us that are vocal performance majors. We were the only 2 people in that entire college that had the same major.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Everybody else had different ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
y'all met that day and then hung out a little bit like the next day.
Yeah, because we got
Friday morning we were all in the same room doing the schedules.
We got
Yes.
That's when Mom and I or Victoria and I were sitting in the back row and it was like, what do we do? Like all the parents are just on our phones because what else? Y'all were doing your schedule on the front row.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to go into like this little room, and luckily because our school like had like 3 people, we were able to have like individual people like come up to us and be like, okay, so like what do you want from this? This is what you need to do to this. Click this, do this, whatever.
Scheduling. And
Yeah, so we were able to get like really like one-on-one with that, and we just had to like pick out our stuff, and they were like, okay, pick out what times you want on your classes and stuff. And so we did, and then like both of us just like took a picture of like our stuff, and we hadn't talked to each other the whole time. But then we leave the room and we're like, okay, so what did you do for this? And we look and we have
Exact same schedule.
It was the same.
So y'all knew way back then.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did not realize that. I thought you figured that out.
We knew like on that day after we had left the
Yeah.
room and after we were like
okay.
Yeah, we were like, oh, like let's compare.
and we were sitting next to each other
Yeah,
and everything.
we
We
were-
could have talked,
Yeah.
but we didn't.
Yeah.
And like
And y'all each had separate schedulers.
Yeah,
And I-
advisors.
Advisors.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. I didn't realize that. So then that day kind of finished at noon. Everybody went their separate ways, and then we came back for camp. And that's when Meredith started sending me pictures. I'm like, hey, that's that girl that was in the college. And
yeah, that's
go-
because so for Red Raider Camp, it's like the same. So orientation ends on like
Friday.
Friday at noon, and then camp starts on
At, like,
Friday at 5.
Mm-hmm.
And so
It was awful.
when
It
we
was so
get to
late at
camp,
night when we finished.
they it was so bad. I was so tired. They give you like your schedule and everything, and like they're like, okay, you're gonna be in this group, you're gonna be in this group.
Just for camp schedule.
Yes,
like,
just for the camp, and like for like groups, and we were the fearless champions. And so we got put in the same group, which was also very coincidental.
That was very coincidental because originally we thought, we were like, oh, maybe they're like splitting like into like schools and colleges and stuff like that. But then like none of our friends that were in our college were like in the same one.
And we had like Rachel and Cammie were in the same group, and that was it.
How many people would you say were at Red Raider camp?
Oh gosh,
like a lot.
It was like
200.
Yeah, it was like groups of like
it was enough that when we did like. We got to go on the field and like play field games and stuff. It was enough to fill an end zone.
Wow. Okay.
So
out of that many people, you two ended up in the same small group.
Yep. Yeah.
Random.
By the grace of God.
Yep. Okay.
No idea how.
So then y'all spent that weekend together. Yep. Pretty much like rah-rah school, learning fight songs.
Not really, because our group was like so mid. We were like, true. Our group was very like,
well, I feel like it was all pretty cool people, but they weren't very like,
we're very like peppy people.
Into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get into
We tried it. One of our camp counselors was very into it. And he's also a musical theater kid, so he's like very like already. And then, which was fine, like, because both of us are kind of like that, but like, we were not, because
it was a group of people that we didn't know.
So we were just kind of like, okay. And he was like, guys, we have to win. And we didn't win, but we did get third overall for all of our like stuff. So that was pretty good, because he said that was the highest he had gotten. Yep. Because he had been working like the past, or like the whole summer, and we were like probably the 4th group, I think. Mm-hmm. Something like that. Yeah. So then that happened. Then we get to college. We didn't really talk.
Wait, did y'all
like the rest of summer
at Red Raider camp that y'all were both living in the same adjoining hall?
I think asked about it, because I knew Addie was in my dorm.
So we've talked about
one of her friends. Yeah. Yeah. Like her friend from home is in my hallway. And
that's cool.
Shout out to Addison and Alfa.
I love Addison. She's awesome. And like the only time I ever see her is in our dorm or on game days. Yeah. And that's
the only time that I see her either.
It's
actually, she FaceTimed me.
It's really funny.
But yeah.
Because she's just like, she's such like a social person. Mm-hmm. And she'll just be like, I literally was like walking down the hall. I was not in a good mood either. And I just hear, Meredith! From the other end of the hallway. And I was like, hello? And then it was Addison. And I was like, oh, hi, Addison.
She's like, hi, baby. She picked up a southern accent while she was here.
She did not
used to have that. She was talking to me the other day. She was talking to me the other day. She's like, yeah, and I was like, and I was like, Addie, why are you talking like that? It's like, I know it's really bad.
That's hilarious.
But so there was her. We didn't talk. Me and Audrey didn't really talk over summer. We talked about like, because there was like choir auditions that I remember like asking you something about that. Yeah. And that was really it. And then you moved in
the 14th. August 14th.
And I moved in the 17th. So like 3 days after her. And then yeah, we didn't really. I mean, we hung out a little bit on like the first week,
but like orientation week, you were mostly with Maddie. I remember.
Yeah, I was with Maddie a lot. We didn't, and I didn't really like go do anything. I kind of just like stayed in my dorm. That's what I did. Yeah, and hung out with Kara and Maddie, and I think we hung out like one time maybe. Yeah, but I don't remember what it was. But I do remember.
So, but then when we were moving in, well, you came over to the dorm to say hi, and we met, re-met. You met the boys. And then, if you remember back to the first episode, we talked about how our departure was a little anticlimactic. There was no tears in the hallway because it was like drop you off in the, I was about to say,
in a treatment
room. Practice room. That's better.
Treatment.
Not a treatment room.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, flashback to my career.
Insane.
Anyway.
She's insane.
She's insane. And I think we mentioned at that point that we dropped Meredith off with Kara and one of her friends to rehearse for their audition that was the next day.
This friend. Yeah.
So.
And then, probably like, I don't know what it was. We also tried to work out, but it doesn't really work out. Oh well.
Just 'cause we don't got time for nothing.
We don't have time. And like, I keep having to tell people that we're not exaggerating when we say that. Like, we genuinely don't have time. But when we do work out, we just kind of yap while we're working out because it's better than just feeling the burn in your arms or legs.
Yeah,
or
it's
whatever.
like distract.
Yeah. And so there was one time where I was like, oh yeah, my brother's in Addams Family, and she was like, oh, I like Addams Family. Like, we did that in my sophomore year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, oh, you should like come with me and come watch Brett's show with me. Because like you can then see like how my school does shows. And she was like, okay. And then probably exactly like that is how she said it too. But so now we're here.
That's awesome. Okay, so we're gonna shift to you. Spotlight on Audrey. Audrey, where are you from? Where'd you grow up?
I am from Big Town, Texas, and it's like an hour. Oh my god, sorry, I always get this wrong, and my mom makes fun of me. Southeast of Houston.
There we go. Big high school, little high school. What's the name of it?
It was a 5A.
Okay.
It was pretty.
Do you know how many kids were in your graduating class?
420 something.
Cool. Okay. And what kind of stuff did you do in high school?
In high school, I did. So my freshman year, I was in band. I played the trombone.
Would not have chosen that.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my gosh, bro.
That's so funny, actually. Dr. That dragged me.
Our music theory teacher goes, no. Our music theory teacher goes, because she said that, and then our friend Landry was like, you play the trombone? And Dr. DeVette goes, I should have guessed that by your hair and overall demeanor. I was like, we were like, whoa.
I don't know what that means.
All right.
Nice.
And then he was like, no, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I don't think that man would ever say anything like intentionally rude, like to, well, if like one of us. I don't think he would say something to us because we're good students.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, so sorry, distracted.
But
Trombone.
anyways, so I was in band, I was in cheer, because I was the eagle mascot.
That's awesome.
Yes, I was the mascot. I was a little eagle. It was pretty cool. But
She tripped and fell on her face.
yeah, I did. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I'll send that video to y'all. But I was in cheer. I did some choir stuff, like kind of. We would have this thing called Pop Show, and I would sing in that. And I did theater. I was in the one-act play.
Cool.
And I think that was it.
Musicals.
We didn't have musicals my freshman year. Oh, we had a different director. But, yeah.
So you were pretty busy.
I was
And then how did that
busy.
evolve by senior year? What was your focus?
Senior year, so my junior year, or after sophomore year, I quit band because I didn't really like it anymore. And then I switched from band to choir. And then, so my senior year, and I was mascot from 8th grade to my senior year.
Oh,
by
wow.
the time I got to my senior year, I was sick and tired of it because I don't know if y'all know anything about being a freaking mascot. Oh my word. First of all, 10 degrees hotter in that suit than it is outside.
I would
In
think.
the middle of fall, 90 degrees outside. Why is it 100 degrees? To me.
And you're at sea level.
Exactly.
Like, it's
So I'm just like,
humid.
okay, this is great. And so it was awful. It was awful. And I used to love it. I was like, yeah, eagle. And then by the end of it, I was like, I had like 1,000-yard stare at these football games.
Eagle sad?
Yeah, the eagle was always sad. It was oh my god. But nobody else would do it, so I was like, whatever. But anyways, so my senior year, I did that like the first semester, and I was technically also supposed to be the second semester, but I don't think I put that eagle suit on one time the second semester.
Oh.
I just didn't go to stuff. I was like, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. But so I kind of focused on that a little bit, but my senior year was mostly just theater and choir because I was working, because my junior year, I was a lot with theater and choir, but then for choir, the all-state process, I was like super duper into it. It was like my first year doing it, like I'd never done it before, and then I made it super far, but then I didn't end up making it to state, and so my senior year, I was like, I'm doing it. I'm making it to state this year. And then I did. 4th chair, mixed choir.
4th chair mixed choir.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very exciting, very exciting. But yeah, and
especially for like not having a whole robust
That's
career
what I
leading up
say.
to it. Like, that's some God-given talent right there.
Thank you.
That's pretty damn good.
Yep.
Actually, that's pretty damn good for anyone, actually.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, I started, but I started like singing and stuff like that in like 7th grade probably.
Yeah.
Because that was my first musical that I did. But yeah, I was mostly in theater. But yeah, so my senior year, I was in a lot of theater stuff, and so theater and choir were kind of my main stuff.
Okay, so if you were to drive from home to Lubbock or Lubbock to home, how many hours in the car is that?
8.5 hours.
Okay, so given that bit of data, how many times have you gone home since we started school, which was like 2.5 months ago?
Once.
You've been home once. Versus how many times have you been home?
This is my 3rd time, I believe.
Okay.
I think.
Not excessive. And how many times have your family been to Lubbock?
Once. Well, I guess twice if you count like move in, but I'm not gonna
Yeah,
count
that makes sense. Okay.
Once.
So again, like a couple of weeks ago, we had your friend who's local, who is home every weekend. We've kind of been on about a 2 to 3 week rotation. Either we're there or you're home.
Yeah.
This is very different. How you doing?
Honestly, I'm doing a lot better than I thought I would.
Okay.
The first few weeks when I got here, I was like, I want to go home right now. This sucks. I was like, this is awful.
I remember us talking about that. Actually.
Yeah, I was so
like,
sad. I was like, I'm literally never. I don't see anybody ever, and it's like so sad.
It also sucked because we didn't really have friends.
Yeah, that too.
Like,
we didn't really have
really
friends. We were
close to
each other's friends. That was it. So it was like, bruh, this sucks.
This is boring.
Yeah. And so, but like, I don't even know. Like, my mom and my grandma came up for family weekend, and that was nice. That was like a little like refresh button kind of, because I was like, obviously I get like super homesick or whatever, but them coming up, I was just kind of like, oh, okay, well, that makes it a little bit better. And then I went home 2 weeks after that.
Okay.
And it was weird because like I thought I was gonna go back and I was gonna be like, whoa, this is so different. I remember this. Oh my gosh, I remember that. No, I literally felt like I never left. I was like, oh.
What did you go home for?
I went home to see my high school's production of Beauty and the Beast because my boyfriend was playing the Beast and my best friend was playing Belle. That was really awkward, but besides the point. But yeah, but it was really good. It was really good.
But you did some self-preservation and were able to enjoy the show.
Covered my eyes when they kissed, and I was great.
That's great. Hilarious. I love that.
Some self-preservation.
I mean, you gotta take care of you.
Yeah. As soon as he turned into a human, I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and
Oh goodness. So how did you deal with the homesickness? Like, I know it sucked, but what'd you do to make it less suck or to convince yourself to stay?
I'm on my phone all the time. Like,
with home?
With home. I FaceTime my boyfriend every night. Like, we FaceTime every night without veil, just to, like, be like, oh, good night, like, bye, like, this is what happened on my day, like, yada, yada, yada. I call my parents pretty often, like, text my family, my friends, I text them all the time, like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Literally, something will happen, she's like, I need to tell my friends about this. Yeah. And immediately text them.
Do you feel at all like that level of, it's a distanced connection, if that makes sense? Like, you're not seeing each other all the time, but you're staying connected. Do you think that detracted at all from plugging in the college town, or no?
Not really.
Or were you more texting them about things you were doing, which is
it's more just like about stuff that I'm doing, So it's like,
so it wasn't like, oh my god, I miss you so much text every day.
Yeah, no.
But like, hey, today I saw a pigeon. And
like every once in a while I'll be like, oh yeah, I miss y'all, whatever. Like, no, most of the time I'm just like, oh my gosh, guess what just happened?
Right, a pigeon.
Yeah.
Oil slick.
I'm like,
pigeon.
oh my god. I actually have texted a lot about pigeons. I'm like, oh my god.
I literally
guys.
thought so. There's a Instagram is it the engagement? I think it's the TTU engagement Instagram. Yeah. And on Fridays they love to post pigeon pictures, and I despise birds, as we are the yin and the yang of the bird world, and I really think they all came straight out of Satan's lair. Their only purpose is to poop on you and your car. I will admit,
they're for me to love.
At sunrise, when they're doing their little chirpy chirp, except for crows, because those freak me out. I do enjoy the sound they make, but that's about the only positive I can give you.
Well,
So
It's better than none.
The first Friday that Pigeons took over the Instagram page, I sent one to Audrey and I was like, "Are you running this account? Like, do you have a job there?"
It was so funny.
I thought I figured it out. I cracked the code.
Really funny to that too. You were like, I'll never reveal my secrets.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I was like, I cracked the code. And like she plugged in right away. That's why she's not going home. She's got to take pigeon pictures.
I don't got time. Too busy.
One of our friends, we were walking to class, and our friend Morgan started chasing a pigeon, and it like did not fly away from her.
Oh.
It just started running. It was really funny.
I bet it looks funny running.
It did. It was funny, and then Morgan like almost got it too, and then I think she got scared. I think that's
Probably.
why she
That's
definitely
probably why
could
I
have gotten it. Like, yeah,
That's just.
Another
you
question.
can just pick up those pigeons. They don't care.
Oh, they're so gross.
I love pigeons.
Do not pick them up. Anyway, okay, so you are an only child.
Yes, I am.
Okay, how's your mom doing? We probably should have like timed this better. It is 11:45 at night. Sorry, Victoria, we would have called, but
Yeah,
seemed
but
rude.
yeah, she's so fine.
But how does? Because that's a big deal for a parent to have a kid leave. But I've still got like something else to focus on here.
Yeah. I've heard from my dad that she was going a little like, oh my gosh, like, but like the bright side about that is like he was telling me that like anytime like I'm gonna go home or she's gonna go up there, like she tells everybody.
Oh.
And she works at the middle school, like because my school's like the whole district, so it's like she works at the middle school, and all the people at the middle school know who I am from like theater and choir and all that stuff.
Oh.
And so she's like, yeah, guess what Audrey's up to? And they just talk
The
about
accent
me.
is correct.
Absolutely correct. I'm not exaggerating.
She's
by
not.
any means.
And you would think she is. She's
Yeah,
not.
I'm not. But she would talk to the theater director. She'd be like, "Oh yeah, Audrey's doing this right now, and she's doing, and I'm gonna go up there pretty soon, and she's gonna come down here," and it's really funny. So I think she's doing okay with that. But I know she misses me sometimes.
I bet she misses you every day.
Probably, but yeah.
Especially, here's two thoughts on this. So, with Meredith's senior year, I kind of feel like the senior year was like the 9th month of pregnancy, where in the 9th month of pregnancy, you don't sleep at all. Like, you're up all night because you have to pee, you're uncomfortable, and it kind of prepares you for, with a baby, you're up all night because there's a baby, right?
Yeah.
Senior year kind of prepares you for having a kid leave your house because, like, we didn't see her at all. Rehearsals and engagements, and I'm just going to be out with my friends till whenever. I felt like that kind of prepped for her not being here. I don't know. I mean, were you pretty busy senior year?
My senior year, I was super duper busy. Well, I mean, I was always busy because I always had like rehearsals and stuff like that.
Right.
But it was like especially so my senior year because that's when me and my boyfriend started dating.
Hey.
And so it was a lot of I'm gonna go to Jacob's. Bye. I'm gonna go to Jacob's.
Yeah. So you kind of prepared them for you not being there.
Yeah.
Just by living that senior life.
Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
That's awesome. Has your dad been up? Other than Bibbin?
No, because family weekend he worked nights.
Oh.
He was only turnaround because they were like starting up something at his work or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he couldn't come up. But when I went down there, like
yeah, hung out.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you're doing something kind of cool in a week or two. You're gonna be down there for.
Oh,
You're going home.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Newsflash, Audrey. You're going home. How do you feel about that?
Really? But
That's so weird.
what?
You have a
Being
5-day
at
stint
college.
without.
I have a 5-day no Audrey
Oh
life.
yeah, that's true.
It's gonna be weird.
Yeah, because the last time I went home, she also went home.
So I like
So
literally
it's like-
have not. We have not been apart.
Oh, because here you are.
Yep. But yeah, in like a few weeks, pretty soon, November 6th, I'm going down home because of NATS, which stands for the National Association of
You got it.
Teachers of Singing
That's weird.
Conference and Competition. So basically what we do is like we go in and we have 3 solos prepared and we sing our first one and then they choose out of the other 2 like which one they want us to sing and then we sing and then there's like they rank us and they like judge us and all this stuff. Well, me and our friend Audrey are gonna drive the 8 hours down and we're gonna go to my house because it's close. It's like an hour away from the college that the competition is at. So we're just gonna drive that because the college is about an hour away from anything, anyways. So it's like, might as well. I'm that close to home, so I'll just go. So yeah, we're going down for that. Pretty exciting. And like, I'm not gonna be able to hang out with people really because like I'm gonna be at the college like doing the competition, but it's gonna be nice sleeping in my bed.
But you only do it one time, right? Like you only.
Yeah, I only sing once, but we have to go there to like there's like an opera that we're singing. There's like a recital.
Oh, okay.
There's like,
I was like, what's the rest of it?
yeah,
Like,
it's because it's like a conference, so it's like there's like
but
other
like
stuff
I didn't
happening.
know what the other stuff y'all had to do.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yes.
What else? What you did last weekend?
I don't remember anything ever.
She passed out on the floor.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what she did.
Sure
I went to a football
did. It wasn't because of like illegal things. It was because I didn't eat. Because I don't know what it is.
I started carrying fruit snacks in my bag.
That's true. I just forget to eat sometimes, you know. I just like, cause like I'll get hungry, and then like after like a certain amount of time of like not like doing anything about the hunger, my brain's just like, oh, I'm not hungry anymore, and so I just like, I'll just go a while with being like, oh no, I'm not hungry.
It was like I literally
hungry.
was at the football game. It's like probably 3 p.m. or something like that, and I get a text from Audrey. She was like, hey, what are you doing right now? And I was like, I'm at the game. And she goes, no, she was like, are you still at the game? And I was like, yeah. It like just started. And then she goes, okay, I almost just died. And I was like, hello? And I'm like literally going to the bathroom actually. And I like text her. I was like, okay, give me like 2 minutes and I'm gonna call you. And she's like, okay. And then I call her and she was like, yeah, so I like passed out in my hallway. And I was like, hello? Are you okay? And then she like explained it to me. And she's like, yeah, I like ate food yesterday at like 3 p.m. And then
I called her at like probably about like
it was like
3:30
or 4. Yeah, it was full 24 hours later. And she was like, that's the last time I ate food. And I was like, girl. Well, actually, and that's a lie too, because you did have like a bag of kettle corn that night, and it was like a chunky bag.
But also like,
but that's not food. Corn. That's kettle corn. That's a snack.
Yeah.
And so she was like, yeah, the last real food I had was like 24 hours ago, and then I was like, oh, I need to do my laundry. I need to like clean my room. So, and I slept in, and so then I got up. It was like 2 p.m., 2:30, whatever. Get up, and I was like, oh, I need to shower. So then I go to the shower, and then when I was in the shower, my vision started tunneling, but that's totally normal.
No, it's not. I have to be in the shower all the time.
That's not normal. She was like, so I just like turned on the cool water and like waited for it to kind of go away, and it didn't go away. It normally does, but it didn't this time. And then I like and this is like the way I'm saying it is like how I heard you saying it, and I was like, what the Audrey? And she was like, it didn't really go away. And then I like couldn't see anything suddenly. And so then I got out of my shower. I left everything in the shower. I left my phone. I left my shower stuff, my like everything. I put on my robe and I went to my room. And her room is like 3 doors down from the bathroom. And so she's like, I went to my room, and then because I couldn't see anything, I couldn't figure out where the key went into the door. And then I was like trying, and then I woke up and I was on the floor. And I was like, what? And she was like, I don't know when I passed out. I don't know how long I was there, but I was in my robe. And so I don't know how much I was covered either. And so I just kind of like woke up, opened my door, ran into my room, and laid down on my little like ottoman thing and ate some pretzels. And I was like, that's also not food. And she was like, yeah, but it's all I had. And I was like, okay. And then she goes, and I keep in mind, I was mid-shower, and so I still had conditioner in my hair. And I still had
all in my hair.
And this girl like douses her hair in conditioner. She's like, yeah, so I decided after I felt a little more conscious that I should go finish my shower. And then I was like, oh my god. I was like, you could have like rinsed it out in the sink.
All my stuff is in the shower.
That's true. And so then she goes, and then I went back to my room and then DoorDashed Cane's, and then and then told her roommate after she DoorDash canes that all of this had happened. She had no clue. Her roommate was there the entire time.
What?
And she had no idea.
Audrey.
Literally saw Audrey like run in and is just like, it's normal, it's whatever. Maybe she's in a rush. Like
I didn't say anything. I was just like,
she was hyper focused on like getting there and like regaining vision.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I didn't realize she was in the room.
And she was like, hey Natalie, can you like I just DoorDash canes and all of this stuff just happened. Would you be willing to go get my canes for me so I don't have to walk downstairs? And Natalie's like, hello? Yes? Oh my god. What did she say? She was like, I thought I heard the door.
She was like, okay, well now I feel really bad because I thought I heard you like messing with like the door with like the key, but I wasn't sure. I was just like, oh, like I don't know, like
I was like, how long it had been since she heard that noise?
No, I didn't ask her. It was just
like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Audrey's just laid out in the hallway naked.
Yep.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not awesome.
Yeah.
And then we were talking about it and we were like, if anyone had walked by, hopefully they would have woken her up.
Yeah, I think that
like,
saw me.
You wake up to like Narcan being shoved up your nose.
Yeah. No, and then after all that, I was like, are you okay? And she was like, yeah, I'm fine. But wouldn't it have been funny if I had called you from an ambulance? And I was like, no! No, it would not have been. I was like, Audrey, that's not,
Yeah.
Well,
I just had a big old headache afterwards, so I just took like a fat nap.
And then we went to Kara's and painted cats.
Oh wait, that was the same day. I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, because then I
did a cat too.
I called Audrey. I called Audrey and I was like, hey, you want to like come over to Kara's? And she was like, yeah, sure. And then we like went. Me and Kara were already together because we went to the game together. So then we were at the Target like getting all this stuff to like color and everything, and then or like to paint our little ceramic cats. And then Audrey texted me. She goes, hey, let me know when you want to, or when y'all are like ready to pick me up. And then I was like, girl, we're already literally like 5 minutes from Kara's. Drive your butt over here. And then she was like, wow, so I almost passed out. Now you're going to make me drive.
Yeah.
No, she goes, I passed out and you're going to make me drive. Like, I had a near-death experience. So you're going to make me drive myself. And I was like, girl, you
what if I passed out on the road?
And then she almost got smushed on the road, too.
Almost got rear-ended because I'm on a highway.
Like, my 18-wheeler? Yeah.
I'm on a highway, and then the people in front of me start braking, and so I start braking. The person behind me was not looking at me, and so last minute, they swerve next to my car, and I was like, hey, girl, okay. Yeah.
Wow.
That was not my day.
Well, it was your day, actually, because you're still here.
Yeah.
It was totally your day.
Yeah, just not a usual.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My goodness. So Mare, that was gross. I'm so sorry. So Meredith,
No.
meow, 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 meow.
Yes?
That was fun.
This is what it's like to be in a choir major.
Yep. Oh, okay. Y'all are so annoying. So we went, as previously mentioned, Addams Family's this weekend. You're home for that. So today you got to see some of your besties. Yes. So you went to lunch with a couple? Yes. Okay, was that fun? Yes. Sure. Okay, but then the bigger news. So our school does not have homecoming. We don't have football. We don't have sports. So homecoming is, hey, look, guns up. That's right. Then get those guns.
Good job.
Guns right up there.
Losers.
Okay.
Whatever.
Sure.
So our homecoming tends to be the fall musical.
Yeah,
Would you say?
pretty much. That's like
that's
the biggest
what
thing
people
we
tend
have.
to come back for. And so there's quite a few friends at the musical tonight.
Yeah.
Was that weird, like walking back in there for you? Because it's your first time to be back. Like it was her first time to be back at Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, I wanted to go into the actual like school because I heard that they repainted a bunch and like I know the SGT room looks different now and I'm like, the CCT room will probably look different and I'm like, I just want to go.
Why didn't you?
You got
convinced me not to. It was during intermission. I was like, I want to go in there.
There's a paper that said cast only.
You're not cast. I was like, and I literally, yeah, I know. I told her, I was like, I paid my dues. I can go in there.
Yeah. Don't tell Dr. Jackson, but people were sneaking to that back. Actually, do tell Dr. Jackson because last night was sold out. They had to add 30 extra seats into the auditorium. And there's still only 4 stalls in the women's bathroom. So the intermission was not long enough to cycle all the bladders through. And so Dr. Jackson came and plucked a chunk of them to take them to the teacher bathroom in that back hallway.
But
that's what I was going to say.
One bathroom. Take them upstairs.
Well, she took them somewhere. Maybe that's what she did. Yeah, she took a chunk.
Upstairs has 4 extra bathrooms.
Yeah. But it's kind of bad. Like, that lobby is too small for all the people.
Anywho. That school is too small for the people.
So...
Former church.
From all the people, was it fun? Did you feel like a celebrity walking in and everybody's like, "Oh my God, Meredith's here"?
Kind of. There were people that like I don't really know, I don't really talk to that were hugging me, and I was like, I mean, I'll give you a hug, I don't care, but like
they were just excited because you bring some, like, not you specifically, but having all of those seniors gives, you know, all the underclassmen.
It was a lot of us that came back tonight. Yeah, it was pretty nice. I really missed some of those people. I missed Miss Haas so much.
Mm-hmm. Y'all were so cute. I tried to get a picture, but
I was
like just sitting there watching, going, "Oh," and my camera's in my pocket, and I was like, "No."
Yeah.
Too late.
It's okay. I squeezed her so hard, and then I didn't like. That was like when I got there, and then after the show, my mom was like, "And did you say hi to Beatrice?" And I was like, "Who?" Miss Haas is pregnant. And
her baby is not named Beatrice.
Her baby is not named Beatrice. No. And Brett was like, yeah, it's Beatrice, blah, 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 Haas. And I was like...
Henrietta, I believe.
Girl, bye. And then I looked at Miss Haas, she goes, that's the most horrific name I've ever heard. I was like, okay. But yeah, I love Miss Haas. I text her like 3 times a week. I love her so much.
That's awesome.
And apparently I always text her during AMTC on accident, and then she'll like say it in class. And then Susie's always like, she's always texting you.
Susie's taking notes. She's going to do the same thing next year.
Well, Susie already took me and Bailey's places. Like, she literally is being how we were, which is why we were the evil trips. But,
awesome.
Because we were talking about it, you know how, like, twins are, like...
Twin telepathy.
Right. We were like, we have that, but for 3. So what is that called? And we were like, what would triplets be called if it was, like, shortened? And we were like, trips. So we're the evil trips. That's what our group chat's named. Like.
So what did you, Mare and Audrey, what did y'all think of Susie's, the big scene at the end of the first act?
I love that scene. That's my favorite scene ever.
Where she like goes crazy.
Yes.
I thought it was so funny.
Isn't that hilarious?
That was funny.
Yeah.
Such a good job with it.
I'm too nice. Susie is such a like versatile actor or actress, which apparently has only happened in like the last few years. Mm-hmm. Because before she would be typecast as like the little pretty blonde girl, like super sweet. And then Peter and the Starcatcher happened at the end of last year, so spring of last year. No, 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. And she was Molly, and Molly is like not sweet girl. She's like very strong character. Like she's one of the main characters, and she's very like passionate, like not like sweet little girl. And then that kind of like broke Susie like out of her acting shell, and because like Susie is not like that in real life. Like she's not.
She's very sweet and
no, she's not. I mean, she's not very like sweet little blonde girl. She's like she's great. I love her, but she's great. And she'll like she'll tell you what she's thinking. Like she's like Molly. And so, but, like, everyone would always cast her as, like, because that's what she looks like. And so, then, during Sister Act last year, she was
the grandma.
The granny. She was Sister Mary Teresa, who is literally the oldest one. She's, like, ancient. And Susanna decided to make her character, like, hilarious. Like, literally so funny.
She was so much fun.
She would, like, she asked Miss Haas, like, in the first few weeks of rehearsal, she was like, can I please have a cane? Please? And then Miss Haas was like, sure, I guess. And then she, like, made that cane so funny. She, like, had a whole breakdancing part. She's literally the oldest sister. And she, like, did a breakdancing with the cane. And it's, like, so funny. And she would go, meh, like, to everyone. Like, anyone would say anything. She's like, meh. You. Yeah, she's like, I'm in the room, I can hear you. So, like, very drastically different from Molly. And drastically different from what she'd been doing. And then she was in Midsummer. She was, not Helena, the other one. No, maybe she was Helena. I don't know. She was one of the main girls and was also completely different. And so I'm just like, I'm very like proud of her and her acting because she also like when she first came to the school, we were her like ambassador family. So I was like the first person she met, and I was like, "You're so sweet. I love you so much." Like, and then she left, and then she came back, and now I'm like, I just love Susanna so much. Like, she's so amazing.
She's a good kid.
Yeah, she really is.
It was fun. It was fun to watch.
Same with Matthew. I was like so proud of Matthew. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Because
wanted to get
Matthew,
your take on that. Okay, let me just ask you: could anybody else that you can think of?
No one could have played Fester. No one.
He is.
He's like, Fester. He's not Fester, but like he's like he just perfect for him.
Yeah.
And his singing, when I tell y'all, oh my gosh,
so gorgeous.
He literally like. He is a dancer first. Let me tell you, like musical theater, you have to like sing, dance, and act. He is dancing, acting, singing.
And somehow his
singing is suddenly like, wow, beautiful. It's so good. Like in the past few years, like it's gotten better. Like obviously because like you grow as you learn, but like that was like
there was not one pitch that was wonk.
That literally
was
like
clean.
Yeah.
It was so
and because I'll like show you because like he wasn't bad like by any means. He was not bad. He can sing, but he wasn't like. You would like hear him and you're like, oh yeah, you can sing. You're not like, wow, that was so good. Bro, that's how I was. I was like, damn, okay. Like,
well, and also, so you saw
proud of
the fourth show?
Yeah.
And this afternoon was like 50% full because Saturday matinee is really rough. So Craig and I were talking about, is the cast going to be able to like bring it?
It's really hard.
And, you know, the matinee tends to be older. Like they're the more senior attendees. He has been so consistent every show. He is, and there's always something a little different. There's a little extra quirk. There's, you know.
And you could like tell he was a dancer the way he was leaping across that stage. Yeah. He was like skipping and he's like, like across stage.
So funny.
So funny.
The pot I do with the moon. Come on.
Yes, it was so
And then
cute.
when she catches him,
he like, it was so
does
funny.
like an arabesque.
She does an arabesque and he's like on his knee and he like catches her and then he like gets up and he like walks away and then he's like, no, I'm going back, and he does the arabesque. It was so funny. It was like
so many laugh out loud moments that he was a part of. He is just a joy to watch. Thank you. An interpretive dance with your fingers.
Yeah. He's just like he's such a funny person.
And then Ava, oh my gosh.
Amazing.
I just never want to stop hearing her sing.
I know. She's so good.
Again, not one moment where there was any pitchiness. There was
she's a junior
and
the
whole of the year. Yay!
Yeah, I don't know why that girl hasn't been doing the musicals. Like,
yeah, she's
you could
so
good. And she's so sweet too. Like,
so everybody, like, we were picking
honestly the whole cast.
Yeah, everybody was
the whole cast was so good.
I had a moment. This was really funny. So Brett plays Lurch, and Lurch does not speak.
I did not know that my brother had a whole ass solo in this. I was gagged. When I tell you, no, I did not know. I did not know. And he just like comes out and starts singing. Lurch is Lurch. He's just like the whole time,
no expression and grunts.
Whole time. When I tell, he just like walks on out and he's like, ma, 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 ma. I was like, what the freak? And then Bailey was like, he can sing? And I was like, yeah, I knew he could sing. I didn't know he sang in this though. Like, And then I like looked at Audrey and I was like, did you know? And she was like, girl, yeah. I was like, okay. And then like, my brother is a bass. He hit some tenor notes and I was like, and they were clean too. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I literally like jumped up and down during bows for him. I was like, ah. And then he hits this like low note, like literally, it's like an E flat.
It's
like
down
2.
there.
That means nothing. Okay. On the piano, it's like the scales are like, there's 7 scales. So it's like, what does it start at? C, D, E, F, G, A, C, D, E, F, G, A, C, D, E, F. And there's 7 sets of them. So it goes lowest to highest. So like 1 is the lowest and then 7 is the highest. And then, so he was singing like an E flat 2 or something insane. Like,
it was really, really,
really low.
And he did it.
And he held that.
Yep, he did it.
It's really
what I was going to
impressive.
say.
Sorry, I got distracted.
No, you're good.
I was so proud of him.
Love that.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
I mean, he's killing it. Killing it. I've had so many people like just say, and it's kind of funny to hear this on a nonverbal character. And when it's your kid, you kind of assume that people are saying it because it's your kid, right? But just heard a lot of people like, oh, he's doing such a great job. And I'm like, he's standing like this. But there's so much more to what he does because the grunts, the facial expressions.
You just gotta watch his face.
Yeah.
He like makes so many.
But he does such a
facial expressions.
such a good job. But he's a teenage boy. And I had another parent come up to me who knows him well, who knows him at church, who knows him at school, who knows him in a lot of arenas, Dr. Prickett. Knows him in a lot of spaces that I don't know him in. I know him here, and I know him, you know. And she came up and she said, that had to be such a hard role for him to play because he has to be so serious for so long. Like, he has to be, you know, he has no expression for the whole show. And he, you know, just, I mean, he has expression, but no lines. She's like, I just think that had to be really hard for him to play, to be that serious for so long because he's normally laughing and joking and like such an upbeat guy. And I'm like, Brett, because Lurch lives in my house. Like, the teenage boy emerges and kind of like, do you want breakfast? Like, the grunts are kind of the same. He lives in a cave in the back of the house. Like, are we talking about the same kid? It made me really happy to hear somebody like, to hear what he's like not when he's home and tired.
Yeah.
Like, at home, you're tired.
I don't think he's like that because of y'all. I think he's just
no,
like, this is my home.
Yeah, and that's not
I don't have to be happy right now. I can just like, or not that happy, but like, I think you could just go
like, I talk about low key Meredith. I'm like, oh, low energy.
Low energy.
We get low energy Meredith, and it's a lot to pull a word out of low energy Meredith. But low energy Brett is the same, and it's not. It's just because this is the recharge place. Yeah. So you come in
because they're doing so much.
You're in a slump. But I was like, wait, he's like happy and giggles, not giggles, but
Brett definitely giggles.
No, I can't remember exactly what she said. It made me really happy.
Speaking of Brett,
he's here.
Oh, he's here.
Oh, I think I saw it pop up on the little thing because I forgot to turn on Do Not Disturb.
Oh, Matthew Grant sent me a reel and a snap. Oh, I love Matthew Grant. Okay. Oh,
yeah. Now's the moment to.
Let me stalk my brother.
I don't know.
Oh, yep, he's here. Okay.
Yeah. What else? Y'all are going home tomorrow?
We're going where? We're going to school tomorrow, actually.
Apologies.
We're going back to Lubbock. That is not my
my AirPods got eaten.
Oh my god. Here's our funny story for the week.
Oh, it's not funny. It's somebody needs to be smacked.
The dog. The dog needs to be smacked.
Somebody else. I'm not sure.
We have to keep all of the doors closed because we have a puppy. And puppies eat everything. And Audrey's AirPods were right under like where I'm sitting, basically. And I saw them this morning, and I was just kind of like, oh, Audrey's AirPods. As long as we keep the door closed, that's fine. And I said I should have picked them up when I saw them on the ground, so that's my bad.
Yeah, there's lots of like missed points here.
Yeah.
Yeah. At some point, one of us, we don't know which one of us because we both thought we were closing the door.
Yeah.
One of us left the door open, and then Audrey came in here, we're like getting ready to go. She's like, where are my AirPods? And I was like, they're under the bed. And she's like, no, they're not. And I was like, maybe check like behind the scout book. And she's like, nope. And I was like, oh crap. And I was like, did the dog eat us? Yeah. And also, Coach was like in here with us. He's just like happy looking at, and he's like, what's down there? And
so he had already taken them and
he already knew.
So like I went out and like we were like looking around. I was like, oh, where are
maybe
they?
And then like noise I heard.
I walk out there and I'm looking around and I see on the floor and I'm like, oh, found him. And it's a chewed up AirPod, like totally mangled AirPod, and then a case with a bunch of little teeth marks in it. And I open it. This is the only AirPod. I was like,
we don't know where the other one is.
Not clue where the other one is.
Probably in the dog. We tried to connect it.
Yeah, we were like, I wonder if we can like connect it to like
put the volume all the way up.
Yeah,
so you can hear it
from him.
Connected.
But yeah,
could be it's in the backyard. Did you go look? Yeah, like the.
Yeah, I looked on the deck, but I didn't look in the yard.
Yeah, funny. It's a hilarious story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So between 4 and 8 tomorrow morning, you'll have new AirPods ready on the front porch. Ugh, so silly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Puppies are not funny.
No.
There's a reason they're cute. Oh, the rest of the funny coach story. Tell us about his emergence into adolescence.
Oh my gosh. we were playing ping pong last night, and we realized, like, right before we started playing ping pong, he was chewing on something, and I was like, what are you eating right now? And so I, like, opened his mouth and, hold on. Oh my goodness.
Allergies are spread.
Oh, fun fact, Audrey is allergic to cats, dogs, everything that lives and breathes. Or just lives. And we have 2 of both cats and dogs, and this house has never been cleaner. And it's all because Audrey's here. So
give me a reason.
Yeah.
I got so.
Anytime. What was I talking about before that? I forgot.
You were talking about the dog.
Oh,
yeah.
He was chewing on something, and I was like, what are you eating right now? And so I opened his mouth, and he's eating a ping pong ball, and I was like, that's not gonna be good when we're, like, playing ping pong. He's gonna be chasing it, like, whatever. So I was like, I'll just put him in this crate. And his crate is in the same room as the ping pong table is. And he has, like, because when our other dog passed away, it was Riot passed away, and Riot was Spot's mom. And so Spot was, like, freaking out. So Mom got her this, like, little lamb. It's, like, dog-ish size, like small dog size.
Like that big around that one.
And so she got her this lamb to, like, try and, like, keep her company or whatever. But the lamb has just, like, lived in the crate. And so fast forward, we're playing ping pong, and we hear Coach, like, moving around. And I was like, why are you moving so much? I turned around, and he was getting freaky with that lamb. I was like, oh. How old is he? He's like 4 months old.
No.
Not even?
No.
Okay.
12 and a half weeks.
Yeah. So I text our family group chat, and I was like, guys, we just caught Coach getting freaky with a lamb. And then Mom was like, well, that's cool. That's all she said. I was like, yeah.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. And the only reason I texted you all that is because I was like, I don't think this has ever happened before, because I feel like y'all would have said something about it. Like, I feel like they would have, like, put something in the group chat, like, done something. But so yeah, and then he would not stop either. Yeah. We were like, it, like, happened a few times, and we were like, we were like, stop it, please. Because we're just trying to play ping pong ball,
and he's having a ball.
I just did the same thing.
I know.
She did that like 3 times.
I'm gonna put a clip of y'all playing ping pong right here.
Not me. That's not me.
It's the Alfa.
Yeah, that's the Alfa. That's not me.
Alfa with an F.
Yeah, Meredith. Hey,
yeah,
Meredith.
I just like leave me alone.
She was like, how do you spell
dyslexia?
Is it with an F or a PH? And I was like, Meredith, your fine arts school education's really showing.
But I can see.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the funny story is Audrey. Oh my god. Audrey being the Alpha.
Yeah. That. Yeah.
All right. It is now midnight, I think. It's way past my bedtime.
It is 12:15 in the morning.
What? Yeah, we're done. All right. Y'all drive back tomorrow, all the stuff. So, bye. Thanks for being here.
Wait.
Thank y'all for having me.
No, only one person can do it. Stop.
Okay, somebody.
I want fireworks!
That's not fireworks, babe.
What's fireworks?
This is fireworks.
No, it's not.
Yes,
I do this all the time for fireworks.
Somebody's
it's not fireworks.
Yes, it is.
We're not getting
No, it's not. Today. That is not fireworks. You're gonna not get fireworks, and you're gonna be.
I literally swear on my life.
I swear on your life, it's not.
Yeah, notice that was my life, so that means I'm right. Yes, you have.
Hello, sir.
Working with you. Yeah.
Why is this not working?
No.
It's always
like
works.
you.
Okay. And it's gonna be like.
You notice how
confetti.
ridiculous.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be
While
confetti
you're
or
up there,
balloons.
push the little button. Bye.
Toodaloo.